royal circus is back, and this time it's not just a spectacle, it's a total train wreck. All eyes are on Prince William and the icy chasm he's deliberately digging between himself and his brother, Prince Harry. No public statement, no grand gestures, just a cold, deafening silence. And honestly, that silence is the most telling thing of all. It all kicked off with a secret meeting, timed so conveniently it might as well have been scripted. King Charles's aide meets with two of Harry and Meghan's staff members. A small, behind-the-scenes affair, yet somehow it exploded across the tabloids like fireworks on New Year's Eve. And of course, it just happened to drop right as Princess Catherine was basking in her Wimbledon spotlight. Too perfect, too deliberate to be anything other than a calculated media move. People aren't blind. This was a PR stunt and everyone knew it. The real kicker? The glaring absence of Prince William. No one is quite sure whether he was kept out of the loop entirely or if he just decided not to show up. But it doesn't matter. Either way, the message was loud and clear. William is officially done with Harry. Sources close to him say he doesn't even bring up his brother's name anymore, doesn't ask about him, doesn't care. He's washed his hands of the whole ordeal. And this cold detachment speaks volumes. It's a harsh stance, but given the circus they've all been caught up in, can anyone really blame him? After years of endless chaos, leaks, self-serving interviews, and what insiders at the palace have been calling nothing short of outright betrayal, William's stance isn't just some personal vendetta. It's a calculated move. As the future king, he's not just trying to protect his reputation, he's defending his family, his children, and the very institution of the monarchy from the toxic cloud that Harry and Meghan seem to drag around with them like an unavoidable storm. And frankly, can anyone really blame him? After being burned time and time again, the only logical move is to stop sticking your hand into the fire. What's truly staggering is how this latest media spectacle feels like it was plucked straight from Meghan's old playbook. Time and time again, they've pulled off these stunts. Insert a distraction at someone else's moment in the sun, let it simmer for a few days, then claim it was all just a misunderstanding and act completely innocent. This latest incident was no different. The meeting happened 4 days before it hit the press, just long enough to overshadow Catherine's picture-perfect Wimbledon appearance, where, by the way, she looked effortlessly regal in custom self-portrait, while the rest of the royal family basked in their shine. The timing wasn't an accident, it was a deliberate attempt to steal the spotlight. Once again, the Sussex drama hijacked the headlines. Coincidence? Please. The whole household saga was dragged back into the spotlight as well. Apparently, Meghan and Harry's team met with Charles's aide, and some media outlets had the audacity to call them Harry's household staff, as if he still holds some royal status. Let's be real here. He doesn't. He's not a working royal, and there's no official household to speak of. That terminology, it's nothing but branding, a fantasy they're desperately holding on to. At best, they have got a few employees. Calling them a household is like calling your Uber driver the head of your estate. But back to William. His refusal to engage isn't just a matter of personal boundaries, it's strategic optics. By staying completely detached from anything Sussex-related, William and Catherine are making themselves untouchable. If things go south between Harry and the king, no one can turn around and point fingers at the whales. No accusations of influence, no whispers of interference. It's a clean break, and it's working. The public sees William as the calm, stable one, the future monarch who has no interest in drama, leaks, or Oprah interviews. He's all about duty, family, and moving forward. His disciplined approach stands in sharp contrast to Harry's chaos and Meghan's never-ending reinventions. The Wales family is keeping it classy, clean, and, most importantly, distant from the circus. And in doing so, they're winning the long game. William's strategy isn't just about keeping the peace, it's about setting the tone for the next chapter of the monarchy. And that tone? There's no room in it for anyone who treats the monarchy like a Netflix backdrop. From the start, Harry and Meghan's approach has been more Hollywood than Windsor: private jets, flashy deals, and dramatic documentaries. Meanwhile, William has stayed focused on royal duty and family stability. The difference between them couldn't be more glaring. It's become a full-blown branding war, and here's the twist. Silence is proving more powerful than any televised confession. Insiders claim William hasn't just distanced himself, he's actively requested that Harry and Meghan be excluded from royal events, formal or informal. No parades, no balcony appearances, no surprise Christmas strolls at Sandringham, not even a casual garden party. This isn't just personal bitterness, it's a clear, firm boundary, one that palace insiders say the kin is quietly backing. It's a bold move, but also a necessary one. When trust is shattered, you don't let the wreckage come crashing into your own home. The key to all of this is control. William may not be able to stop Charles from having private conversations with Harry, but make no mistake, he's drawing a firm line in the sand to ensure those talks stay behind closed doors and never spill into the public realm. And let's be honest, that separation is not only smart, it's essential. As a father, King Charles still craves a connection with his son, and no one is suggesting he turn off his emotions. But the monarchy? That's a different beast. William knows that the second that line blurs, the whole institution could start resembling a poorly scripted reality show. This is where William's intelligence shines. By completely detaching from the drama, he's rendered Harry's usual tactic of using him as a scapegoat obsolete. No more stories about William blocking this or Catherine said that. There's simply nothing there for the media to latch onto. Take Harry's recent comments about protecting the Queen from the wrong people around her. Those weren't subtle digs. It was an obvious swipe at William and Catherine. But now, that narrative won't fly. William's not involved, Catherine's not involved, and there's no interference to claim. It's just distance, and that makes it damn near impossible for Harry to pin anything on the Wales family anymore. But here's the kicker. While William remains silent, he's far from idle. He and Catherine have been putting in the work, showing up and maintaining the image. Catherine's appearances at Wimbledon weren't just about fashion. They were a masterclass in royal messaging. Every outfit was a reminder of grace, consistency, and quiet strength. That white self-portrait dress, structured and elegant, the epitome of poised royalty. The cobalt blue ensemble at the men's final, regal, effortlessly commanding attention without overdoing it. It's not just about dressing well, it's about signaling stability, class, and continuity. When the public sees Catherine, they see the future. And that future, it looks a hell of a lot calmer without the Sussexes mucking up the picture. There's another layer to this, too. By staying silent, William is not just staying above the fray. He's actively shaping the narrative. He's building a future where the royal family is unified, calm, and focused on duty, leaving the chaos of the Sussex saga behind. It's a strategic move that not only secures the monarchy's integrity, but subtly shifts the public's perception. The future of the monarchy is looking more like Catherine's quiet strength than anything Harry and Meghan have to offer. The Wales family is positioning themselves as the face of stability, and in a world of endless media storms, that's exactly what the public wants to see. Meanwhile, every move Harry and Meghan makes seems to inevitably spiral back into chaos. Leaks, denials, and behind-the-scenes whispers that somehow, always, land in the press right when the Wales family is stepping into the public eye. The timing isn't even subtle anymore, and it's become so painfully predictable that people are starting to call it out for what it is, a tired PR tactic. The goal? To steal the spotlight from the working royals and toss it back onto the drama duo. But here's the thing, it's not working the way it used to. The public is growing tired of the same old circus, and the sympathy well is starting to run dry. William's approach? Simple. Let them talk, let them spin, just don't engage. It's working. Catherine's role in all of this has been nothing short of brilliant. While William holds the line, Catherine remains the steady presence beside him, reinforcing that image of calm, elegance, and dedication to duty. She doesn't need to say a word. Her actions speak louder than any press release ever could. Just look at her appearances at Wimbledon. Brace, poise, and those perfectly tailored dresses aren't just fashion choices. They're a message. The message is clear. She's not here for the drama. She's here to represent the crown. What makes this dynamic even more impressive is the seamless coordination between them. William remains silent, Catherine doesn't flinch, and their kids are growing up in a carefully protected bubble, shielded from the media circus surrounding Harry and Meghan. That's the real win here. Charlotte and George aren't just being protected from the tabloids, they're being kept far away from a family feud that could easily bleed into their lives. That kind of foresight is rare. And it's the type of leadership the monarchy desperately needs in a time of chaos. Meanwhile, the Sussex side of things hasn't evolved much. Their tactics still revolve around calculated timing. Every leak, every accidental photo, every anonymous source speaking to the press. Take the recent meeting with King Charles's aide. It wasn't about mending fences. It was a chess move designed to dominate the headlines. The most telling part? Pictures from the meeting were taken days before they were released. That's not spontaneity. That's strategy. It's the same game, just a different move. And here's the kicker. Some royal insiders believe Meghan is still clinging to the fantasy that she and Harry can carve out their own version of royalty, something separate from the crown but still treated like an extension of it. The problem, that fantasy is quickly running out of road, without official roles, without public support, and without access to the very institution they walked away from. It's no longer a monarchy. They're just a brand built on recycled outrage and past connections. That's why moments like Wimbledon become flashpoints. When Catherine walks into a room, she's not just another celebrity in designer clothes. She represents legacy, respect, and continuity. There's weight behind that, something Meghan, despite her California-style icon status, can't compete with. The difference is clear. Catherine is the future queen, and in the UK, that's not just noticed, it's understood. It's not about who wore what, it's about what that outfit symbolizes. Catherine's white self-portrait dress? Structured, commanding. The cobalt blue ensemble? Confident, assured. These outfits weren't loud or flashy. They were exactly what they needed to be. And here's the key. When you don't need to compete for attention, you move differently. This all circles back to power, not just royal titles, but the power to control perception. Harry and Meghan have spent years trying to control the narrative, trying to reshape how the public views them. But William and Catherine have done something even more powerful. They've stopped participating in the narrative altogether. No rebuttals, no counter-interviews, just action, just distance. And in the royal game, that's the ultimate checkmate. So while the noise around the Sussex stories continues to come and go in waves, William's silence remains the loudest statement of all. He's not engaging, not reacting, and certainly not letting the past dictate the future. For him, the road ahead is clear. Build a monarchy that's stable, respected, and untouchable. And if that means locking out the chaos for good, so be it. The Wales family is winning the long game.